time, trouble mine. Field of wheat wasted, man's neglect tasted, bewildered, frightened face, merely commonplace. As this child weeps, onward to time creeps, age of time. Please help me find some peace of mind. Walk through the misty night, stop by the traffic light, watch the frantic faces, weary people going places. Age of time, faces so lined, men are so blind. Age of time, trouble mine. Fields of wheat wasted, man's neglect tasted, young girl main lining, contract of death signing, white man and Negro fighting in the ghetto. Age of time, please help me find some peace of mind. Hear the church bells chime, give yourself the time, learn to compromise, see yourself through another's eyes. Time is young, but men grow old, my story is told. Age of time, trouble mine. Furnace of industry burning, clean air to poison turning. But in the morning bright, there remains a shaft of light. I see a vision clear, man must change and time is here. Age of time, please help me find some peace of mind. Well, there never was a horse like Comer's 3 or a bull like Hellfire Jack. And there never was a stockman who could ever catch him on a wild bush cattle track. So one morning early I saddled old Comus and I said to him, old hack, we're going out to find a friend of mine and his name is Hellfire Jack. When we reached the river, the sun was shining, and I saw by the river bend Hellfire was there just a snorting at a pouring his freedom to defend. Old Comus, he saw him as he took the bed and he raced down the river track. For since it was a cold, only one boat could beat him, and his name was Hellfire Jack. Let's hear it. From his horn I saw a whip I'd lost 6 months before, and his rump was clean, it had never seen a blackened branding sore. Well, Comus was gaining, that old Jack was puffing, and his eyes were red with rage, but his head held high and knew he'd rather die than be caught in a butcher's cage. Jack. And he's still around, still a-snorting and a-pouring on his wild bush cattle track. Good luck, old Hellfire Jack. Good luck, old Hellfire Jack. I'll be singing. He was standing in the corner, I'd have missed him in the night, but for the smell of whiskey and the flashing neon light. But I heard a sound so full of soul, it caused my feet to stand and listen to a man called Dobro Dan. Well, his eyes were kind of misty from the liquor in his veins. His hair was long, his clothes were old from jumping speeding trains. But I asked him, would he pick a tune for me with trembling hands? He was my friend called Dobro Dan. We cast our hopes together and we met with some success. But of all the men that slid the steel, I knew he was the best. But he had a darkened brother who left him half a man. Oh, the liquor took its toll on Dobro Dan. Well, I still can hear him play when I see a restless sky, when I see a big man stagger from the vision in his eye. And I know I'll always miss him, and I hope you understand the goodness in a man like Dobro Dan. That's it, Dobro. I miss you, man. I'll see you. Country girl, I can tell you don't need this kind of man I am. And you don't need the bright lights or care for the busy city sham. So I'll take my heart and my show and walk away from you. And maybe in the future when you're happy, you'll be very glad I do. So when I come back to your town, I hope to see a smile. And perhaps I can sit by your side and hold your hand a while. And when I take my 12-string and walk out slowly on the stage, I sing out to people who loved in a lost and bygone age. Oh, my beloved, my fresh and my gentle country girl, oh, how I love you, but I would just destroy you, country girl. I wish that I could build a world with you, but that's a dream, for I could only hurt you, girl. I'm not the man I seem, country girl. And now here I am back in your lonely town again, and I'm walking through the churchyard with my sorrow and the drizzling winter rain. I was told by a stranger you died from a sadness of the heart. Oh, how I try to hold them, but through my mind the tender memories start. So when I take my 12-string and walk out slowly on the stage, I sing of a girl who lived in a sad and lonely age. And I'll tell of a singer who loved her too much to love her well, and who left his love behind him, dear God, where winter rain once fell. Oh, my beloved, my fresh and my gentle country girl, oh, how I love you, but I would just destroy you, country girl. I wish that I could build a world with you, but that's a dream, for I could only hurt you, girl. I'm not the man I seem, country girl. Of a truly brazen man, that's the devil in the wind. That's a Gully Raker man, Gully Raker. When I left my home and I left my dreams, all things I love behind, for I found my girl with another man, and she'd left no love to find. I was not very far from a broken heart, and the sun hung red in the sky when I saw a storm welling up on high, so I pushed for a hut nearby. Have you heard of a storm called the Gully Raker, man? Well, it picks up the wind and it picks up the sand. It can carve away the courage of a truly brazen man. It's the devil in the wind. That's the Gully Raker man, Gully Raker. Well, I stepped inside on that desert hut and was standing near the back. Oh, was the sweetest girl that I'd ever seen since I'd been on a birds-built rack. Well, she started talking and I started smiling, and the sadness left my mind. So when the dust, oh, when the storm had gone, I left my tears behind. Have you heard of a storm called the Gully Raker, man? Well, it picks up the wind and it picks up the sand. It can carve away the courage of a truly brazen man. It's the devil in the wind. That's the Gully Raker man, Gully Raker. Yes, sir, that's the Gully Raker. Ooh, that's quite a wind. love was so gentle and gay. And when you spoke, a deaf world could hear. Why did you go that way? Here in the forest, where you walk by my side, through the memory of yesterday's song, I feel your love in the touch of a mist. Oh, why has the world gone so wrong? Here now I sit where you gave your love free. No man higher honored or proud. My mind chases visions my eyes cannot see. My life is darkened with clouds. Here I kneel in a lonely, damp alley, listening for the beat of your heart. But your soft hair is wet and your face is so pale. Only this could have kept us apart. Stomach and an angel-like hand is that can't hear what I say. Hardened policeman with a sad, weary eye. Why did she die this way? Why did she die this way? Never take it because if you're taking life, it's not God's way. Your toy gun's not real, but hear what I say. I truly hope not, but there might come a day when a boy's told to kill. Now years have passed and I thought that I knew my own mind. I'd forgotten about the preacher and his teachings, I'd left them behind. I heard what they said and I read what they wrote. I was still much too young to cast my vote, but I took up a gun and another man's son was taught how to kill. When I arrived, I didn't like much what I saw, for I hadn't given thought to these people that ravaged by war. I saw the young wives crying in the dawn. I saw the countless children of a country that is torn. My senses seem to say, hey, it's always been this way since a young man learned to kill. Now I don't pretend to have an answer for the world and its ways, but I've grown up a little and I'm better for learning nowadays. I remember what the preacher told me in my youth. I know that he's the only one that ever told me all the truth. Man can open up the door of a world that's without war when a child's not taught to kill. When a child's not taught to kill. When a child's not taught to kill. Standing there with the mist of bygone ages blowing freely in your hair. And when you move, you're like a wildcat in the snow. Ever graceful are your movements, thinking thoughts you only know. Clearwater woman with such beauty, love is blind. Clearwater woman, take your vision from my mind. And when I take your hand and walk you through the snow, oh, I feel I'm walking with the gods wherever we might go. And when we reach the spot where mountains touch the moon, and I hold you oh so tightly, I know morning comes too soon. Clearwater woman with such beauty, love is blind. Clearwater woman, take your vision from my mind. The sun that melts the silver snow, oh, my heart is filled with sorrow as clear water starts to flow. And when you rise at last like mist to greet the dawn, and I see you in the greenwood with a wild doe and her fawn. Clearwater woman with such beauty, love is blind. Clearwater woman, take your vision from my mind. Oh, come, my friends, along with me. The year is 1863, and we are traveling through an outlaw land. See the stars up through the trees, smell the restless summer breeze. Yes, we are traveling through an outlaw land. And when we light our fire tonight and hear a noise outside the light, Ben Hall and Frank Gardner are close by. Yes, we are traveling through, my lads, a restless outlaw land. But I ask you, don't condemn or damn, but try to understand that in the days when furrows turned to sturdy pioneer plows, the law was not a just one then, the way that it is now, the way that it is now. I've shaken both their hands, it seems, but in my thoughts and through my dreams, for Australians love a bush lad that was gained. And then we see in fires glow two dusty figures moving slow, but in their hand is friendship, not a gun. There's warmth in deeply sunken eyes, a smile is there that never lies, and strength is found that tells a deed so bold. Yes, we are traveling through, my lads, a restless outlaw land. But I ask you, don't condemn or damn, but try to understand that in the days when furrows turned to sturdy pioneer plows, the law was not a just one then, the way that it is now, the way that it is now. Yes, the Western Mountains was their camp, where they counted out their spoils by land. It was here they stood and wished each other well. But from that day the die was crossed, bush ranging now is in our past. But remember well the men who parted here. It was not to steal for stealing's sake, but a point upon the Lord to make, and their whisper lads became a mighty roar. Yes, we are traveling through, my lads, a restless outlaw land. But I ask you, don't condemn or damn, but try to understand that in the days when furrows turned to sturdy pioneer plows, the law was not a just one then, the way that it is now, the way that it is now, the way that it is now. Sitting on my guitar case, wearied by the frightening pace that's mirrored in my misted mind, that last night's whiskey left behind. Interstate passing by leaves a dust there in the eye of this simple kind of man, and the mongrel Sam. Sam and I are outside friend, on the outside looking in. From a distance you can see some lonely town where I can sing for supper for me and Mongrel Sam. Well, that town I knew was lined in red, so I spent the night beneath the bridge of a town not far away. They called Bright. I walked the lonely streets that night, and later on, to my surprise, I met a lovely woman just like me and Mongrel Sam. She was traveling on an endless trip, a battered guitar on her hip. Across a pond and neck showed where a tear upon her shirt showed bare. And as she took my trembling hand to wander all throughout the land, she said, it's oh so good to be with you and Mongrel Sam. Sitting on my guitar case, weary by the frightening pace that's mirrored in my mystic mind that last night's whiskey left behind. In the state of passing by, leaves a dust there in the eye of this simple kind of man and a mongrel Christian Sam. In a lofty mountain valley, in a place that time forgot, there lives a wild young beauty with her small high country flock. Many are the times I've tried to meet her in the dawn. Oh, I see her by the velvet stream, I reach out and she's gone. Our country virgin, our country song. The moon is God's, the sun is too, to whom you belong. My cabin overlooks her, I see her in the night. I see her candle burning, her hair reflects the light. The eagle in the heavens, oh, the ridges rich with sound. Oh, there's a love, her very name, I lay my love down. Our country virgin, our country song. The moon is God's, the sun is too, to whom you belong. One night in wishful fancy, she stood outside my door. I reached out and I held her like I never held before. Her hands were soft, her lips were warm, that spoke of love for me. and in her arms I felt again the wind and sun and sea. High country virgin, high country song. The moon is God's, the sun is too. Tell whom you belong. And then to my sorrow I woke up all alone. In place of mountain valleys I heard the traffic moan. But high above my window, Lord, I see the same moonbeam. I'm a richer man and happy now, even though she was a dream. High country virgin, high country song. The moon is God's, the sun is too. To whom do you belong? To whom do you belong? On the shady side of town, I heard a young girl laughing, so I turned my head around. I asked her most politely if by chance she'd lost her way, and I stood there soaked in silence to the words she had to say. Red light child, red light child, a red light burning, time still turning, all kinds of men there by my door. Women and drugs they're swimming. You just can't have anymore. She flashed a cynic at me and told me of a price, and I saw a beauty there, still not hidden by vice. I asked her if I helped her, would she give the game away? That's impossible, but thanks, was all she had to say. Red light child, red light child. And then she disappeared in the misty city rain and left a tear forever in the shallows of my brain. I saw her life reflected in the water of the drain, for I know I'll never change her, she'll walk this road again. Red light child, red light child, a red light burning, time still turning, all kinds of men there by